Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to talk about the FTX implosion and if this is the end of crypto. And as you have seen in the last few days, all of YouTube finance went on a guilt trip and on an apology tour, and I'm going to have some very controversial opinions about this. And yeah, I just feel like this was the happenings of the weekend and we need to speak about this, guys. So as always, if you like this content, please make sure you subscribe. And if you want to go even further and support the channel and get direct access to me and to some exclusive content that is coming to Patreon, then check out the link in the description box below where you can support the channel for $5 a month. Okay, so let's begin the video. So I'm sure that you guys have heard that FTX imploded in this last few days. There's a couple of world records that was beaten here. The company was last valued at $32 billion and they went to zero in the matter of hours. This is wilder than any .com. I mean, this is wilder than anything we have ever seen. The owner and founder of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, who is Sam Bankman-Fried at this point, goes from having a net worth of 20 something plus billions to minus 600 or 200 million, something like that, in the matter of hours. I think this is the most spectacular loss anybody has ever suffered, any human on this planet. And naturally, this raises the question if this is the end of the crypto bull cycle and if even crypto as the industry is going to survive this. And a lot of YouTubers that we know, Meet Kevin, Tom Nash, Millennial Money, Jeremy Financial Education, have been, Andre Jik, have been heavily promoting FTX, and they all did their own apology videos, and there's people calling for them to go to jail, give back all the money that they received, and so forth. And I have some controversial opinions about this that I want to share with you. So, is this the end of crypto? So it's very important that we understand that it is a crypto exchange that went bankrupt, and it's not that there was a technical bug with Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of the cryptocurrencies. So the cryptocurrencies, they worked as they were intended. But the problem is that the way crypto works is when you put money on an exchange, then you put your money into the wallet of the exchange. For example, if you have Bitcoin, you open a wallet, which is a secure, very long code, and then you get a key, which is also a secure, very long code that you only know. So for the exchange to be able to trade Bitcoin, they need to open a wallet, which is this code, and then basically they buy all the Bitcoin. So this one address holds let's say $200 million worth of Bitcoin, and then they themselves have a ledger of, from those 200 million, what goes to you and what goes to other people. So the safest way, and this has been repeated time after time again, that if it's not your wallet, it's not your money. So what people should have done is that they buy Bitcoin, they have it in the crypto exchange, and then they open a private wallet, and then they move their Bitcoin for their private wallet, and this wouldn't have been affected with this collapse. So needless to say, this sets back the trust for crypto exchanges for years and years to come, which is very bad for the whole industry, and it might result in other bankruptcies of other crypto exchanges. And if I were you and I had money on a crypto exchange, I would pull it out to a private wallet. Consider this as a warning from me, because we don't know if there's going to be a bank run on all the other crypto exchanges. These crypto exchanges are not regulated. We don't know what the heck they are doing with your money. And this is very much part of the problem. Now, I personally was never a fan of Bitcoin for certain reasons. So one of them is that cryptocurrency is supposed to be money. And you know, when you read that people were becoming billionaires because they bought into a crypto that is called Ether or Bitcoin or Shiba Inu or whatever, and then they became billionaires, it somehow doesn't feel right. That's the equivalent of me saying that I bought 100 Canadian dollars and then something happened and my 100 Canadian dollars are worth, you know, $1 billion US. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you shouldn't make money on money, meaning that, you know, money you use to exchange it for investments, you don't use because the value of money is going to go up. So that part never made any sense. Then there's a couple of very beneficial things with crypto, you know, like the blockchain and the transparency, but it's also like they're not clearly plus points. You know, what I mean by this is, for example, crypto is decentralized, meaning no governments have a say in, you know, what happens. But this also means that when a crypto exchange collapses, you don't get any protection. There's no price stability. There's no Fed stepping in if the price drops too much. And if you think that the US dollar has too much inflation, which is 7% this year, crypto and Bitcoin this year had about 70% inflation, because if we would all use Bitcoin as our currency right now, the value went from 60,000 to 15,000. So that's a 75% inflation, and there's no one doing there's no one doing QT, there's no one increasing the interest rates, there's no one handling this. You're on your own. So this is, you know, a double-edged sword. Then the fact that you can on the blockchain see where every transaction has gone, this is also a very good thing for transparency, but also very bad. Imagine if every company was using Bitcoin and I found out that my competitor's company has this wallet, and then I can look into it and I can see with whom they are, you know, I can see with whom they are trading, how much money they have on their account. I can see from which wallets they're buying services, and I just don't see that as a good thing for business. And there's many other things that don't fully make sense with crypto. And there's a lot of things that for long-term Bitcoin bulls that is broken here with what has happened. So many people have said that Bitcoin is a protection against inflation. It's a store of value, and it's so good because it's decentralized and the Fed can't print it away. And all the people who have lost millions, it's not a laughing matter. So the people who lost millions and millions of dollars, I bet you they wish that the Fed was there so that they could bail them out right now. And in this time period, in this, you know, bear market, we found out that Bitcoin and crypto is very much not a protection against inflation. It's like, it's the worst asset to have when the Fed does quantitative tightening and raising the interest rates and fighting inflation. And the weirdest thing is that you have the crypto bulls on TV, like Kevin O'Leary, and he says that crypto will come back once we get regulation. So essentially what they're saying is this decentralized something that the governments don't control. It's amazing, but it's not very useful because we need the governments to assert control over it so that it would work. It just doesn't make sense to me. If this was a stock, this would be the time when I'm like, I don't want anything to. I mean, it would have been earlier, but this would, if I still had it, I would be like, I don't want anything to do with it. It doesn't make sense. But there's so many people working in this industry. There's so many people who believe in this that I don't think that Bitcoin or Ether and some of the main coins will ever go away. But I do think that this will set them back years and years and years into the future. And I'm really not sure that we have seen the last of it. As I said, if you have money in Binance and other crypto exchanges, highly advise you to pull it out, because I saw some articles and some tweets that Binance was doing the exact same stuff as FTX. And if there's a bank run on Binance, they might go bankrupt. So now here's my controversial opinion on all the YouTubers who were propping up FTX and being sponsored by them and recommending it. So everyone always says in their videos that their videos are not financial advice. And this is really highlighting that this is the case. I really hope that none of you who is watching this channel see anything on this video as a financial advice. I'm merely sharing my opinions, and I'm sharing my research, and I'm really having fun with, interviewing people and interacting with the comments. But I have zero qualifications to give you any financial advice. I have built up a real estate company that is a multi-million-dollar real estate company where we're building hundreds and hundreds of apartments. So I did well there, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to do well with stocks. And I think that this is true for many other YouTubers, that they just have zero qualifications. And even the people who have qualifications, like the people on CNBC, look at Jim Cramer, they get it wrong all the time. So really think for yourself and make your own decision. So now these YouTubers, they properly disclosed that everything was sponsored by FTX. So yeah, there's no foul down there. And I want to show you, so if you're angry at these YouTubers that they didn't see it, I saw this video by Sasha Yanchin who was, saying that how bad it is, and, these YouTubers are a piece of shits, and, some of them should go to prison. I think this is going so far. I want to show you who exactly was duped by FTX. So these are the list of, billion-dollar investment funds that have, YouTubers are like, I'm one guy in this room and this plant making videos. Tom Nash is one guy in his room, much nicer setup, making videos. Meet Kevin is, one guy with a Bloomberg terminal access making videos. Sequoia Capital is a $1 billion VC firm, one of the biggest one, like one of the most famous ones on the planet. They invest in Apple, Google, Airbnb, and so forth and so forth. It's amazing how good of investors they are, and they were totally duped. All these companies, Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, don't you think that they did a due diligence and they had an army of lawyers and researchers and so forth that did, and they were all duped. Kevin O'Leary, who is the face of Shark Tank, was an investor in FTX and was duped. So if these guys got duped, you cannot expect that the YouTubers wouldn't have been duped by these guys. If you blame all these YouTubers, I just want you to know that even if you screen all your sponsors, you do due diligence on them, you do everything in your power to make sure you only work with the top-notch sponsors, you can still make mistakes and work with really bad ones. And I honestly think if you would have done due diligence, unless you're a crypto expert and you know the inside dealings, you wouldn't have spotted that this was a Ponzi scheme. It's very easy to say it now that the cat is out of the box, but it was not easy to see before. And again, if all these other people, billion-dollar firms and pension funds didn't see it, I don't think a YouTuber would have seen it. Now, these YouTubers, they did a service and they got paid for it. They properly disclosed it. Now they apologized for working with these companies and they cut ties with them immediately. So they did the right thing. And my controversial opinion is that yes, they apologized. We accept it. Everyone makes mistakes. And this just highlights the fact that you as the viewer need to do your own research. You need to have your own thoughts. Don't invest based on other people's opinions. And if you feel you're not qualified to make opinions on companies, and because what you should do is you look at YouTubers, you get ideas that, they say Palantir is a good company. Then you should check out the balance sheet, the income statement, read up about this company, watch interviews with this company, do your own research. And if you don't feel like you can read balance sheets and, income statements, then go and learn about these. It's a few hours and I promise you it's going to pay off like no investment you have done in the past has paid off ever. So this is my controversial opinion. I think it's okay that the YouTubers promoted FTX as long as they really did their due diligence and they disclosed that they were sponsored, and now they cut ties, apologize. Nobody should go to jail and life needs to go on. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you had money with FTX, if you think that this is the end of crypto. And let me know if you were affected by this, and if you were, I'm very sorry. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice Sunday. Bye bye.